Good evening and welcome to Westeros News. I'm Brandon Perna, breaker of news, father of lower back pain, speaker of truth. And this evening, we have a lot to brief you on with story after story flying across our news desk. Politically speaking, we are looking at an election more confusing than ever. The incumbent, Cersei Lannister, has a stronghold on the south, and it appeared she'd be running against Daenerys Targaryen after the king in the north, Jon Snow, bent the knee to her countless moons ago. But the breaking news we have to report is that Jon Snow, or should I say Jon Sand, or should I also say Aegon Targaryen, has been informed his birth parents are in fact Lyanna Stark and Rhaegar Targaryen, which we have been reporting here for months. This means we can finally confirm Jon is the rightful heir to the Seven Kingdoms and the Iron Throne, which reminds me of when our favorite Jedi found out his father was Darth Vader. But like if Luke had thought he was his father the whole time and then found out he wasn't. Of course, here at WNN, we support Cersei's claim to the throne as we broadcast in King's Landing, but we must remain loyal to the facts. Our stance on Jon Snow's claim to the throne remains...
Fuck the king. Fuck the king.
Coming up, we've got dragon footage, a question about racism in the north, and the arrival of the Golden Company to King's Landing, and what that means for all of us. All that after a word from our sponsor, Vincero Watches. Time may be running out for all of us here in the Seven Kingdoms, so what better time than now to treat yourself to an affordable luxury timepiece from Vincero. Each watch is designed in-house by Vincero designers and hand-inspected upon completion. The limited edition silver Nero watches make a perfect gift for the father you are desperately trying to impress. Maybe gifting him a unique watch that lets him feel like a king when he wears it will finally earn you the love he never gave you. House Stark might enjoy the Chrono S matte black watches. You could fall into good graces with Cersei Lannister by gifting your queen the royal-looking black and rose watch. Heck, Vincero has so many designs, even the blue-eyed White Walkers would look slick in the bellwether silver and white timepiece. With over 15,000 five-star reviews on their website, you can be assured you'll be a happy customer. Use our exclusive promo code GOODSPORTS or the link in the description to save yourself 15% on your Vincero watch order. Queen Cersei did not try to hide her disappointment that elephants did not accompany the Golden Company upon their arrival from Essos.
I was told the Golden Company had elephants.
They are excellent beasts, Your Grace, but not well suited to long sea voyages.
Our question for the Queen is, have you ever seen an elephant on a boat? I know we thought dragons were extinct, but elephants on a boat? What are you, some kind of...
Dumb bitch.
In sports news, the Clegane Bowl has yet to officially be scheduled, but as soon as we get confirmation dates, we will update you here. Right now, the odds-on favorite to win is the Mountain over his brother the Hound by a 3-1 margin for all of you copper bettors out there. In other sports news, it appears a tiger got loose and killed his masters on the golf course. First time that's happened in about 14 years. Prisoner Yara Greyjoy has escaped from captivity. She was being held with the Queen's consent by her uncle Euron Greyjoy, who of course brought the Golden Company with him to Cersei's kingdom. There's no doubt we all feel safer with an elite group of 20,000 sellswords here to defend us from the Northern Stark Targaryen alliance, and from the White Walkers as well. But at what cost is the Golden Company to King's Landing taxpayers? Queen Cersei is supposed to be a fiscally conservative leader with slightly social liberal views, allowing the abortion of dwarves until the age of 10. But the Master of Coin has voiced some concern for her relentless borrowing from the Iron Bank to pay for the Golden Company. They say they always pay, but really a Lannister is always in debt. Then there's also the issue of the wall that has been destroyed by a frozen dragon who blew a bunch of icy hot on it, providing an opening bigger than you'd see at any of the brothels in Flea Bottom for the most dangerous immigrants to just walk right into our country. Must be why they're called White Walkers. They walk right in and steal all of the jobs. Cersei has vowed to get the wall fixed, while also forcing the White Walkers and the Night King to pay for it. But that's a tricky subject, as we can't confirm the Night King actually has any form of currency in that wasteland he calls a home. Speaking of the wall, well, a wall, the Umber boy, Ned Umber, son of deceased Jon Umber, was murdered, allegedly by the hand of the White Walkers, by being stabbed to a wall. No arrests have been made as wildlings, and the Brotherhood without banners are also considered suspects in the murder at this time. Just another example of the North defiling walls they expect us to pay for here in the South. Don't forget to vote next month on the wall tax, also known as Bill WR119, on the ballot. And I know it's a gruesome image here, but that death spiral around Ned Umber makes me hungry for fermented crab legs. Going back to Yara, she was rescued by her eunuch brother Theon Greyjoy. You may remember him as the 2017 viral sensation Lord of the Crotch, as this video of him getting kicked where his manhood used to be went viral on Westeros. It is still funny. Now, residents of King's Landing, it's time to bring out your winter furs. As promised, winter is here, and it's not going anywhere. Expect temperatures to drop below freezing, with snow falling as far as Highgarden for the next week to 7 years. After the Dragon Queen burned all of our food reserves on the Golden Road, it looks like we'll all be doing intermittent fasting this winter. Starving myself? I'd rather stark myself. You are probably familiar with our weekly Cute and Cuddly segment, in partnership with the Flea Bottom Animal Shelter, where we highlight a pet that needs to be adopted. Unfortunately, the Flea Bottom Animal Shelter has been shut down, as we learned many of the animals were being sold to local restaurants to be used as food for the customers. So this week, we've acquired footage of Jon Snow and Daenerys Targaryen riding her dragons through the north.
Friends say the time's running out, so take the chance. Make a move, 'cause the store won't stay open till the end. Won't you tear my world apart? 'Cause I know I need a start to let you in.
Just remind me never to make a dragon jealous, which according to my ex-wife wouldn't be a problem, as I apparently couldn't make those infected with grayscale jealous. That's why she left me for an iron forger, because he knew how to handle a great sword between the sheets. That's not a poor segue to our gossip segment, Between the Sheets. Finally, we have some gossip news to usurp the all-in-the-family fornicators that have dominated our airways, Jon and Daenerys, with whisperings that Cersei finally went outside the family and consummated her relationship with Euron Greyjoy, who really wanted to
Fuck the queen.
Northerners and Southerners not getting along is a story as old as dragons and Valyria. And an important reason for that is that Northerners are simple folk, stubborn, angry because of the weather and constant gloom they reside in. But our cameras caught with the arrival of Jon Snow and Daenerys Targaryen to Winterfell that they are, how should I put this, a bunch of racist bastards. I guess that's their first time seeing someone from Essos. I'll never understand Northerners, though. The White Walkers are too white, anyone east of Westeros is too dark, and we Southerners are too open-minded and progressive. Trying to please a Northerner is harder than trying to keep a Lannister child alive. As we had previously reported, upon the defeat by Dragon and Dothraki at the Battle of Gold Road, Randall and his son Aegon Tarly were executed by Dragonfire after refusing to bend the knee to Daenerys Targaryen. Randall had pledged allegiance to the Lannisters after the house he was previously sworn to, the Tyrells of Highgarden. Matriarch Olenna Tyrell was mercifully poisoned by Sir Jaime Lannister. A report now confirms that Maester in training and projected hand to the king Jon Snow if he chooses to claim what is rightfully his, Samwell Tarly, son of Randall and brother to the hilariously named Dickon.
Break on.
Dickon.
has received news of his father and brother's death from the executioner herself, Daenerys Targaryen. This, in combination with alleged urgings from a cripple, Bran Stark, is what prompted Samwell Tarly to reveal the shocking news to Jon Snow.
You are Aegon Targaryen, true heir to the Iron Throne.
And what Aegon Targaryen does with this information will be followed closely here at WNN. Bran is, of course, the three-eyed raven now.
I had a High Septon's diary. Bran had whatever Bran has.
And the three-eyed raven.
I don't know what that means.
And he's also terrible in social situations. I mean, maybe don't bring up your sister's rape in the first few minutes of seeing her again, after she assumed you were dead, Bran.
And you were so beautiful. In your white wedding dress.
I have to go back inside, Bran.
As a news network, it's not our place to judge, but Bran may be on the spectrum after that fall he took years ago in Winterfell, which is our final story tonight. It is known, per our little birds, that Jaime Lannister was the one who tried to kill climbing Brandon Stark by pushing him from a window in Winterfell. Maybe that's why they call it Winterfell. After betraying his queen and sister and mother of his dead children, Jaime Lannister fled to Winterfell of all places, which is why the queen has paid a bounty to Bronn of the Blackwater to kill both Jaime and Tyrion Lannister. I can't imagine what Christmas was like in the Lannister household growing up. Jaime was greeted by Bran Stark, who patiently sat in the same place, all gods of the new and old damn day waiting for him, which was perfectly captioned by Jake Page on Twitter. Jaime, need a push? Bran, need a hand? Jaime, touche. With the arrival of winter, dual threats from the north, and just one solitary Lannister here in the south, things may seem bleak here at King's Landing. And they are, so don't put off doing tomorrow what you can do today. All men might die, and there might not be a tomorrow. Thanks for watching WNN News here in Westeros. And that's Game of Thrones news here on That's Good Sports. Your sports news will return tomorrow, so chill the fuck out if you don't watch Game of Thrones. Sometimes talking about football every day will make you go crazy. That's why you gotta switch it up with fantasy shows on HBO, the greatest place for television on earth.